The first site in this adventure lab was the Palace Hotel. Formerly a brothel run by Madame Claire, this house was refurbished and reopened as a historic hotel. The hotel is believed to be haunted by at least 10 spirits, including the sea captain Tiballs, who constructed it in 1889. The most well-known apparition is the ghost of a lady wearing an old-fashioned blue dress and appears in rooms number 3 and number 4, where the aroma of perfume may linger. The doors often fly open at night, and it has been reported by guests the beds will shake violently, accompanied by moans. An old woman in a black dress has been reported standing at the kitchen stove, as well as a friendly little boy known to the staff as Adam running around on the 3rd floor. The apparition of a homeless man wearing a plaid shirt who died in the basement and a Native American woman with several children haunt various levels of the building where they apparently died in a fire. Madame Claire has been seen by guests in her corner room number 4, moving objects, shifting shadows, and hearing unexplained sounds. The Manresa Castle. In 1878, Charles Eisenbeis was elected the first mayor and constructed his home that appropriately reflected his elite social status. Yet his stay was short-lived, passing away in 1902. In 1925, the castle became a vacation destination for nuns who taught in Seattle. In 1927, it was purchased by Jesuit priests to use as a college for ascetic theology, and it wasn't until 1968 that the building was converted into a hotel. There are at least 2 spiritual beings that reside here. The first ghost is said to be a Jesuit priest who became distraught in life and committed suicide by hanging in the tower above room 302. Individuals who have stayed in that room claim to hear sobs emitting from the tower. The next ghost is that of a young woman named Kate who lived in room 306. Waiting for her beloved to return from sea. When word came that disaster had struck and his ship had perished, Kate flung herself out the window, dying on the sidewalk below. Many eyewitnesses have claimed to see her apparition. The Holly Hill House. Built in 1872 by Colonel Robert and Elizabeth Hill. This was their dream home where they raised 3 sons. The garden is an authentic Victorian surrounded by ancient holly trees. The house remained in the family for 96 years. Robert Hill died in an upstairs bedroom, and his ghost appears in old-fashioned clothing seen in the bedroom and central staircase, accompanied by the smell of cigar smoke. Elizabeth Hill died in the parlor of the house. She adored her garden, and her presence may be felt there, as well as in the first floor rooms and kitchen. Piano music is often heard as the residual energy of Elizabeth reliving her fond memories of all the fine music recitals she hosted. Paranormal investigators, as well as guests, have claimed to have witnessed these manifestations. They believe that the activity present in the house is quite mild because the spirits may not want to scare the new residents who are taking such good care of the place. That would be very impolite. Anne Starrett House. This beautiful Victorian-style home with incredible Queen Anne architectural detailing was built in 1889 and inspired by the love between a couple, George and Anne Starrett, who both apparently want to linger here forever. Anne, a red-haired female entity, is described as a welcoming spirit who floats around the home, often accompanied by her husband, who seems to be at peace. She was seen by 2 innkeepers standing on the stairway admiring the solar calendar. Deemed to be the most interactive spirit is that of the nanny, described as an older, dignified woman with graying hair. Staff working late nights have seen her form in Victorian attire glide up the stairs to the 2nd floor. She's generally pleasant but can take offense to certain people. She's been known to make pictures fall off of walls, pages of books turn, and to create extreme cold spots. Lights get turned off when they're left on in empty rooms. Gentle tinkling of fine crystal, and has been known to thump guests on the head for offensive remarks. James and Hastings. Completed in 1889, this structure is deemed to be the most beautiful and elaborate Victorian-style building in downtown Port Townsend. Fully viable, it not only has a restaurant and various retail shops on its first floor, but it has residential tenants occupying the second and third floors. Yes, indeed, the building is very attractive to people in this world today, and it seems to have also attracted a male entity from its past. Just recently, in 2003, the ghost started to be active in our world, yet not much is known about him. Perhaps he was a resident of the old log cabin that previously occupied this spot. Store owners, their staff, and some female patrons have experienced this mischievous yet charming fellow who likes to be noticed. He frequently tries to share his thoughts on how things should be arranged by moving objects during hours that the shop is closed, and those changes discovered upon opening the next morning. He opens windows, perhaps a sign of an owner wanting some air in the structure.